This is the OnePlus Buds Pro 3, and OnePlus says it's the best audio device that they've ever created. I want to compare it against the OnePlus Buds Pro 2 to see how the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 differs and has improved, all from an audio engineer's perspective of nearly 20 years. That's me, Brandon. OnePlus is sponsoring the showcase. My role in this video is to share the differences and features found on the new OnePlus Buds Pro 3 and facilitate the tests. We'll start our objective test with a song sample. Throughout the video, we'll have several of them to allow you to hear the sound differences between the generations. This song is a mid-range, full, warm, and soulful track. Listen to her vocals, the electric guitar lines, and the keyboard. The most obvious change with the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 is its new case design. Instead of the ring box design found in the prior generations, the orientation has changed to this flip-top design that is much easier to open with one hand. The faux leather texture adds a helpful grip for that. You'll also find a pairing button on the side and an LED on the inside. There are two colors, Midnight Opus and Lunar Radiance. The earbuds themselves have a few new changes. First, you'll notice that each earbud has an L or R to indicate which one it is, a Dynaudio label which we'll talk about later, pinch gestures to handle your usual play, pause, call, ANC modes, and most importantly, a new way to interact with it, swipe controls, and those pinch controls combined. This is an excellent addition because you can easily adjust the volume levels with a swipe on either earbud, which I love having on an earbud. I also love having an IP55 water and dust resistance rating for those sweaty workouts and the rain. This next track reveals how each earbud handles the mid-range and some of the higher end, such as the cymbals and snare. The OnePlus Buds Pro 3's battery life is up to 43 hours of playback time with the case and ANC off, which is 4 hours longer than the Buds Pro 2. With ANC on, you get 6 hours on one charge and over 25 hours total, and with a 10-minute charge, you can get up to 5 hours of listening time. It also supports wireless charging. Connectivity-wise, it supports Google Fast Pair for quick connectivity and Bluetooth 5.4 for seamless switching between multiple devices and a solid connection across longer distances. It also supports Google's Find My network, and for the audiophiles out there, it supports LHDC 5.0, AAC, and SBC. For this next song, pay attention to the clarity of the attack on the acoustic guitar strings, but how forward the mid-range is on the body of the guitar and the vocals.
I'm still falling out of love with you, and I'm heading for the door, not sure if I'll go through. Memories they take so long to erase, will they ever even start to fade? I'm on my way.
One area that OnePlus said that they made notable improvements is in their ANC or active noise cancellation, which has an extended range of frequencies that it will cancel out. They also added an adaptive noise cancellation feature that can reduce sound by up to 50 decibels. What's unique about this is that adaptive ANC makes it so that it's not only set to max. Some people are more sensitive to ANC, so it can help with reducing discomfort. It also helps with battery efficiency, which results in longer usable battery life. If it doesn't need to be on max, but at a life slider touch to cancel out the sound, it'll choose that instead. Along with that is a silent speech feature that enhances noise cancellation for voices. OnePlus says that the Buds Pro 3 has their best Android adaptive ANC experience, so let's check out the objective test of both the ANC and transparency modes to see how well it performs and how different it is from the Buds Pro 2. This is what the OnePlus Buds Pro 2 sound like in transparency mode in a quiet room. This is the OnePlus Buds Pro 2 in a quiet room in transparency mode. Here's what the transparency mode sounds like on the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 in a quiet room. This is what the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 sounds like in transparency. Here is what the OnePlus Buds Pro 2 sound like in ANC mode in a quiet room. This is the OnePlus Buds Pro 2 in ANC mode. Here is what the active noise cancellation on the max setting sounds like on the OnePlus Buds Pro 3. This is what the active noise cancellation sounds like on the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 in a quiet room. Here's what the OnePlus Buds Pro 2 would sound like in a simulated noisy cafe environment with transparency mode on. This is the OnePlus Buds Pro 2. Here's what the transparency sounds like in a simulated noisy cafe environment on the OnePlus Buds Pro 3. Here's what the OnePlus Buds Pro 2 would sound like in a simulated noisy environment with ANC on. This is ANC on the OnePlus Buds Pro 2 in a simulated cafe noisy environment. Here is what the ANC sounds like on the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 in a simulated cafe environment. This is the ANC on the OnePlus Buds Pro 3. Here's what the OnePlus Buds Pro 2 would sound like in transparency mode in a simulated windy environment with a fan pointed at them. This is the simulated windy environment with the fan pointed at them in transparency mode on the OnePlus Buds Pro 2. This is what the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 sound like in a simulated windy environment in transparency mode. This is what the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 sound like in a simulated windy environment in transparency mode. Here's what the OnePlus Buds Pro 2 would sound like in a simulated noisy environment with the fan pointed at them in ANC mode. We're in ANC mode on the OnePlus Buds Pro 2 with a simulated windy environment with a fan. Here's what the active noise cancellation sounds like in a simulated windy environment on the OnePlus Buds Pro 3. This is what the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 sound like in a simulated windy environment on ANC. What did you notice about the results? Let me know in the comments. Here's another great song that covers a ton of the frequency range. Listen to how the high end and mid range changes between the buds. Given how often we wear our earbuds, we expect to use them for phone and video calls, notes, and more. The OnePlus Buds Pro 3 has 3 built-in mics, including a VPU, or voice pickup bone sensor. That sounds fancy to me. Let's hear how the mics sound and compare them in different scenarios. Here is what the OnePlus Buds Pro 2 would sound like if you were on a video call. Here is what the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 would sound like if you were on a video call. Here's what the OnePlus Buds Pro 2 would sound like in a quiet room. Here is what the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 sound like in a quiet room. Here is what the OnePlus Buds Pro 2 would sound like in a simulated noisy cafe environment. Here's what the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 sound like in a simulated noisy cafe environment. Here is what the OnePlus Buds Pro 2 would sound like in a simulated windy environment with the fan pointed at one of the earbuds. How does it sound? Here is what the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 sound like in a simulated windy environment with the fan pointed directly at one of the earbuds. How's it sound? What were your observations? Let me know in the comments. Here is a cinematic track from my friend Hannah Parrott that's fit for a movie soundtrack. It's pretty epic with rhythmic drums and soaring strings. OnePlus says that the Buds Pro 3 provides their best audio experience ever. You've been able to listen to audio samples throughout this video to get an idea of its performance, but what changes and improvements helped it achieve its sound? The new OnePlus Buds Pro 3 has dual drivers, an 11mm woofer for more power, and a 6mm tweeter for a fuller range of sound and higher frequency details. The tweeter is enhanced with a ceramic metal composite diaphragm and a flat voice coil, and this is all designed to better reproduce the sound as the artist intended. It even supports Google's spatial audio technology, so it's ready for content that supports it. Splitting drivers into two can help provide more separation, clarity, and control. It's like having two chefs in a kitchen instead of one. Along with the two drivers are two DACs per earbud, or 4 in total, so 1 per driver. OnePlus said that they added this to provide superior audio quality and separate the task between the tweeter and woofer, which helps achieve better sound quality and power management. They stated that the benefit is that it prevents overlapping and potential interference. Now remember that Dynaudio label on the earbuds and case? Well, Danish audio expert Dynaudio worked with OnePlus to tune the sound of the earbuds, and within the app, which is built into the Bluetooth settings on OnePlus devices or the Hey Melody app on other smartphones, there's a bunch of Dynaudio constructed EQ presets to choose from, and even a custom EQ option, which I love to see on every earbud. As usual, I do have custom EQs available for channel members. Let's listen to how my custom EQ compares to the default EQ. This song has a lot of great reverb. Listen to how forward the vocals sound, the air from the vocal reverb, and how clean the low end sounds, and how the EQ affects the high end. If you'd like to discover more or purchase the new OnePlus Buds Pro 3, check out the link in the description, pin comment, or scan the QR code here. Of course, let me know your thoughts and questions in the comments. I'll try to answer what I can. And thanks to OnePlus for sponsoring this showcase, and thanks for watching This Is Tech Today. Until next time.